Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is GGF bringing you episode 37, part 2 of Let's Try Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2025. Bong bong, mashallah. God bless you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you're doing great and ready to see some awesome hoops action as we take on Delaware State, trying to right our ship a little bit. We're 2-0 in the last 2 games. Look at Eric Slaughter put him 35 again as Morgan State drops another one. Norfolk State still undefeated. They scored 100, blew out North DC, which is wild. We were close with Norfolk State as well, I think. And then Coppin State beat South Carolina State. So, yeah, it's going to be a good one, guys. This is a huge game. I would call it a must-win right now. If we look at the inbox, we have to give new suggestions to, let's see, Duplessis, Bobby White, Tim Jones, Waylon George, and maybe Brandon Freeman. So let's do some meetings real quick. We'll get into the game in a second. First up, Curtis Muhammad. Let's just tell him his attitude. He's doing great. Say that so much it doesn't mean anything. Oh, my bad. Forgot about that. Duplessis. Your playing style. You should look to drive more and post up less for 2 weeks. He'll do his best. Then we have Bobby White. Your playing style. Honestly, you should shoot more threes. Try to post up less for 2 weeks. Then we've got Tim Jones. Your playing style. You should look to drive more. Shoot fewer mid-range jumpers for 2 weeks. He'll do his best. Waylon George, he's really excelled when we told him to drive more, post up less for 2 weeks. And Brandon Freeman, we actually want him again. Shoot more mid-range jumpers. Try and post up less for 2 weeks. There we go. So we have new orders in. New messages. Let's get to the game, guys. It's gonna be a crazy one. We're away again. We only have one road win the whole season, I think. It's been tough. But let's go. We are ready to go. Condors versus Wasps. All right, we know what to expect. They have a very balanced attack. Heskett and Reisinger. Stokes, Cleaver. Oh, they're starting 5, really. We have to watch. Let's check our offense. We're going to run... we're going to probably run 5 out. Maybe look for 3s at the start. Favor the outside. Defensively, we're going to start man-to-man. Half-court trap. We'll trap a little bit. Intensity, turn it down a bit. Matchups, everything is good. So let's get it on and see who could win this very, very important matchup. Delaware State and Maryland Eastern Shore. We win the tip, so they have the possession arrow. Here comes Charles Lake to Duplessis. Gets it to Bobby White. That's taken by Duplessis on the baseline. Puts up a shot and drains a beautiful looking 3-pointer. Great start for Jerron Duplessis. And like I said in previous videos, if you've seen them, I'm learning how to coach better. Here's Scott Heskett. Lets one go and answers with a 3 of his own. Feisty start, and they press. Duplessis brings it across. Gets it to Bobby White. And we're running 5 out. Charles Lake has it. Gets it to Nick O'Connor on the block. Let's see what he can do. And a foul on Andy Stokes. That's a good sign for us. Charles Lake. Duplessis again on the baseline. He just hit one from there. Gets to Waylon George to see if he can get going. Here's Nick. Opposite baseline. Dishes to George from the elbow. Duplessis has it. They're freestyling. Back to Bobby White. White puts up a 3. No good. Stacy Cleaver with the board. We did tell White to shoot more. because he's got a good outside stroke, but he's shooting the three very poorly this season. Stokes with it. Nick is all over him. Tries to get by him. Nick stays with him and blocks him. Bobby White gathers it in. Great defense by Nick O'Connor. Oh, and Lake's pass was stolen by Heskett. So we turn it right back over. Andy Stokes gets it again. Nick is there. Puts it on the floor. Gets by Nick. Duplessis steps up. It's too late. Delaware State takes the lead. And they press us to try to get us out of our offense. And we're running 5 out. Bobby White has it. Makes a move. Jumper's no good. Stacy Cleaver gets it. His second board. We want to crash those boards. Jackson. Lake all over him. Great defense. Bobby White, his second rebound. Outlets to Lake. Back the other way. Chance to tie or take the lead. Here's Nick. At the foul line extended. Bobby White again on the baseline. Charles Lake with it. Gets it to Nick. He's got an isolation. Clear out. Nick lets one go and rattles it home. Nice shot to get Nick going early. He's been playing awesome as of late. And here's Heskett, guarded by Duplessis. Pass into Stokes. Nick is there. Back out to Jackson. Lake guarding. Cleaver. Leave it to Cleaver. Here's Stokes. Gets it back to Cleaver in the corner. Cedric Jackson, 10 on the shot clock. Good defense here. Reisinger gets his first touch. Waylon George all over him. Stokes is way out. Lets one go. And Nick gets the long rebound. Passes out to Charles Lake. Chance to take the lead. As we run again 5 out. Here's Jerron Duplessis. He's going to shoot. Off the mark. Bobby White offensive board. Makes a move. Gets it to Lake. We reset. Here's Waylon George. I did tell Jerron Duplessis to drive it more when he's got the opportunity. Here he does. Puts up a jumper. No good. Waylon George offensive board. Nice play. Gets it to Charles Lake. We're only 2 for 6. And George can't handle the pass from Lake. We go back the other way. Only 2 for 6 from the field. We trap. Heskett has it. Gets it down to Stokes. Makes a nice move. Pass to Cedric Jackson. Stokes with the ball. Will he try to go by Nick? He does. Nick is all over him. Wow, made it look easy there, but a tough shot by Andy Stokes, who has 4. Comes Charles Lake. Gets it to Duplessis. I'm going to make a matchup switch and double Andy Stokes. Duplessis, nice crossover. Waylon George's second board. And a textbook jumper to tie it at 7. Waylon George playing aggressively early. Stokes is double team now. Reisinger right below the basket. Tries to get by his man, does, and can't get it. Waylon George gets his 3rd rebound. Charles Lake turns it over. Cleaver has it. And Cedric Jackson puts it in on the break. Back comes Charles Lake. He's got 3 turnovers already. Duplessis with it. To Nick. Nick gets it to Lake. Charles Lake is going to go to the basket and score it. Nice play. Soft touch around the rim by Charles Lake. So just like that, it's tied and Lake with his first foul. I'm going to leave him out there with the 3 turnovers. He's a good player. He's our leading scorer. He can right the ship. Gets it to Reisinger down low. George is there. To Heskett. Reisinger gets it. Pass taken by Stokes. Nick is there. Double teamed. He beats the double team. And gets it to go. Charles Lake, and they're pressing again. Comes Charlie Lake. Gets to Waylon George. Waylon George hits a beautiful looking 3-pointer. And we take the 1-point lead. It's starters versus starters out there. Here's Heskett. Gets it to Cleaver. Hey, boo-boo. Video featuring Dougie. Come here. Come lay down. Stokes turns it over. Lake with the steal. Racing the other way. Gets it to Waylon George. We're freestyling now. Bobby White. Gets it back to Waylon. We overload the strong side. Duplessis. To Nick O'Connor on the block down low. Pass back out to Lake. Playing good defense. Lake puts it on the floor. Gets to the rim. Can't score it. Gets his own rebound. What's he going to do? Gets it back out to Nick. And we reset. Here comes George in the corner. Drives and gets it to go. Waylon George with the soft touch around the rim. 3-point lead for the good guys. Oh, and it's stolen by Duplessis. Outlet to Lake. Waylon George has 7 points early. Here's Bobby White. Puts up a 3 and rattles it home. 6-point lead. Back comes Cedric Jackson. Another steal. And we go the distance, and Duplessis gets it to Waylon George for the layup. 8-point lead, and they call a timeout. Unbelievable start to this game. We did look at advanced stats that say when Tim Jones is in for White and playing center with Nick at the power forward, it's a much better lineup. But this lineup, rocking right now. We're going to leave our starters out there to match up with their starters. Oh, they break our press that time. Good defense, though, to recover and prevent the easy score. Reisinger, George all over him, fouls him, and one. Patrick Reisinger fills it up. And he's going to shoot an extra one. Misses. And Duplessis gets it over to Charles Lake. So we have a 6-point lead looking to build. We've caused them crazy turnovers. 3 already for them. And 3 for Lake. Oh, Cedric Jackson, another steal. We managed to get back on defense. Stokes is doubled. Gets to Stacy Cleaver, guarded by White. Puts up a shot. Andy Stokes gets the board. Fouled. And O'Connor with his first foul. Stokes has 6 early. They're leaving their starters out there, so we're going to leave our guys out there too. Stokes hits the first. Sinks the second. I am a little tempted. I'm going to take Nick and put Tim Jones in to guard Stokes and run with this lineup. They leave their starters in. Comes Duplessis. 4-point game now. Nick has it, running 5 out. To Tim Jones down on the baseline. Charles Lake. To Waylon George. Nice dish out. Does he have the 3? No, but he gets it to Nick on the baseline. And O'Connor throws a pass over the head of Duplessis. We're coming back the other way. They're leaving their starters out there. We saw their depth chart. They don't sub till the 10-minute mark. So we're going to match them sub for sub here. 4-point gem, our lead, but they've cut into it. Reisinger works. Defense there, but he draws another foul on Waylon George, who has 9 points, 3 boards to lead the way, but now 2 fouls. We're going to leave him out there. We're going to let him cook as Reisinger hits a pair and cuts the lead to 2. Just like that. Charles Lake advances past midcourt, gets it to Duplessis. We're freestyling. Lake has it. He's guarded tightly. To Jerron. Gets it to Nick down low. Over to Lake at the elbow. Let's see what Lake wants to do with it. Pass back to Nick. Nick gets the clear out. Finds Waylon George in the corner. Nice pass for the big guy. We get it down to Duplessis. 10 on the shot clock. Back to Waylon George, who's going to score it. Nick with 6 on the clock. They're playing good D. 4 on the clock. Duplessis. Waylon George, 2. He's got to shoot. Takes a shot. Rattles out, but Nick O'Connor offensive board. And gets it back to Lake. And we're not running anything. And another steal for Heskett. And this game is tied at 19. Unbelievable. We had a lead. We let it go away. Nick has it. To Jerron Duplessis. They're in a 3-2 zone. To stop the 5 out. We weren't expecting that. Lake has it. Gets it to Waylon George. We're moving the ball around. Reversing from side to side. Duplessis. Gonna go to the rim. Nice sidestep jumper and knocks it down. Jerron Duplessis rattles it home. He's got 5. Back comes Cedric Jackson. Jackson shoots a quick 3. Delaware State has the lead of 1. Charles Lake brings it over, gets it to Waylon George. They have been playing some feisty basketball to start. Here's Tim Jones. And Cleaver commits the foul. They still don't look to sub, so we're not going to either. Jackson and Stokes both tired. Lake to George. Could he hit double figures? Gets it to Nick. Come on, Nick, stroke the three. Charlie Lake with it. He's not afraid to shoot. We're reversing the ball. Duplessis. Down to Tim Jones. Back to Charles Lake. 3 on the shot clock. He's going to have to make a move. Waylon George, 0. Shoots it and rattles home the 3 ball. 2-point lead. Game high 12 for Waylon George. Pass taken by Stokes. He puts it up. The shot rattles out. And the foul's on Tim Jones. He'll shoot 2. We're leaving our guys out there to contend with them. They're not going to the bench. And we're not going to go either. Tied game at 24. Back comes Charles Lake. He's calmed down the turnovers and he has 4 turnovers. Duplessis fills it up from long range. He's got a 3rd assist of the night for Charles Lake. Jackson gets it to Cleaver. Their guys are tired. O'Connor with the foul, number 2 on him, and they sub in a whole new unit. We will do something of the sort. We'll get, let's get George and O'Connor a rest. So for George, we can put in Jovan Mitchell. And for O'Connor, we can put in Stephen Favors. It's not a super offensive. Well, it's not a super offensive team, but it is a fresher team. Ball inbounded. Let's see if we can keep up with their speed here when our guys are tired. A couple of them. Nesterville misses. Lake with the board. Lake's going to need a breather. Boone getting ready to come in. Duplessis has it. And a foul on Kareem Netterville. So let's get a quick breather for Lake with Boone and leave Duplessis out there. That's their 3rd team foul. We have 6 team fouls. Got to watch that. Here comes Joel Boone. Attempts to drive right away and scores it. Beautiful finger roll. Extends the lead to 5. We've got the twin towers out there of Favors and Jones. Attempts to drive. He gets past them both. Jeremy Gostin. Let's not double him, though. Here comes Boone. Gets it to Duplessis. He's got 8. Looking for double figures to Tim Jones. We're still running 5 out. Pass stolen from Tim Jones. They go the other way. We stop the break. Offensively, let's try running flex a little. 3-point lead. Favors on defense. Smith gets by him. Tim Jones steps up. Slam dunk from Marshall Smith to cut it to 1. What a game so far. High scoring. Joel Boone gets it to Duplessis. Puts it on the floor. Shoots, fouled, and he'll shoot 2. Jerron Duplessis hits the first. He's got 9. And sinks the second, but he's going to need a breather, so we're going to have to go with... we're going to get Bobby White back out there. I don't know how this lineup's going to do, but let's get Bobby White at the 3. Boone and Mitchell and try that. Running flex. 31-28 is the score. We trap. Scott Cotton with the ball. Bobby White is there. Fouled and 1. Cotton with the textbook jumper. Guys, we have to turn our intensity down a little bit. We're getting too many fouls right now. Cotton sinks it and we're tied at 31. Very high scoring game. Comes Joel Boone. Pass taken by Jones, running the flex. And that pass is in the seats. And a timeout. Jones' second turnover. And they have their bench out there, so we'll leave our bench out there. Just not sure who's going to score in this lineup, but we'll see. And Mitchell with the foul. We're in the bonus. So they'll shoot 1 and 1. Hits the first. Walter Bergman sinks the second, and they take a 2-point lead. Back comes Joel Boone. They just have 4 fouls, so they have 2 fouls to give. Tim Jones with it. Gets it to Favors. Let's see if Favors can get going offensively. Javon Mitchell on the elbow makes a nice move. Bobby White has it. Gets it back to Boone. Running the flex. Boone to Favors. Gives it to Tim Jones. It's 8 on the shot clock. Bobby White, come on guys, who's going to step up? Mitchell has it, 4 on the clock. Boone out by the 3-point line. Puts up a shot and misses. So that was not an ideal possession. Marshall Smith gets it. Favors is there. Gets to Jeremy Gostin. Jones guarding. Gostin shoots and nothing but the bottom of the net. 4-point lead, biggest of the night for Delaware State. Here comes Favors out of the 3-point line. Bobby White with it. Oh, let me not look for threes so much. Boone has it. Boone lets one go. Jones with the board. Tim Jones, pass taken by Favors. Looking to make a move. Gets it to Bobby White. White takes a shot. Great look there. Knocked it down. He's got 5 early on. They still have their bench out there. They're probably going to sub him in maybe at the next timeout. Favors. Good defense. And Boone grabs the board, racing the other way. Let's see what Javon Mitchell can do. Gets it to Favors. Bobby White with it. He's feeling it early. Puts it on the floor. Gets to the rim. Cannot convert. Marshall Smith with the board. Delaware State hanging on to a 2-point lead. I haven't been working the ref as much lately. I don't want to get technicals. Bergman to Gostin. And the pass is stopped. A kicked ball. They leave their guys out there. Davis to Marshall Smith. Smith is going to attack. Favors all over him. Doesn't matter. Marshall Smith fills it up. And actually, I should have brought in some subs at that last time out to take advantage of their bench. Favors gets it to Mitchell. To Boone. See what Boone can do. Gets it to Tim Jones. It's a 4-point gem. I wish there were stats that kept track not only of lineups. Javon Mitchell fills it up from long range, but of sets, offensive and defensive sets, like how good we are when we run the flex and numbers like that. Hopefully that's in 26. Cotton with it. Oh, what is going on? Oh, just a TV glitch there. And that passes in the seats. So while they have their bench out there, I'm going to bring out Jones. Let's bring in Nick and put Nick at the 4. Bobby White. Honestly, Charles Lake and Waylon George can come in and we can run this lineup and we can run 5 out again. Cool. Or Princeton. Let's go. 1-point Delaware State lead. Here comes Charles Lake. We're fighting to not be last in the conference, and a win here would be so huge. Javon gets it to Nick. We're still running flex this possession. Waylon George has it. He was hot early. Pass taken by Mitchell. Lake with the ball. Let's also look for threes a little. Lake has it to Mitchell. 11 on the shot clock. Mitchell takes a 3. No good. Scott Cotton with the board. Game high 12 for Waylon George. Bergman with it. Their bench is playing well, though, keeping them with a 1-point lead. Cotton lets it go, gets it to fall, 3-point game. Back comes Charles Lake. Maybe their starters won't see the floor for the rest of this half, judging by their depth chart. Here's Nick O'Connor. Stolen by Scott Cotton. Nick has his second turnover. Oh, and Davis has it stolen by Javon Mitchell. Gets it to Lake. Here we come with numbers. Lake gets it to Waylon George. I should work the ref there a little. It's too late. Lake in the corner. He puts up a 3. Wishes he could have that one back, but Lake will shoot 3, and now they bring out their starters. So fair enough, fair enough. Let's double Andy Stokes. And Mitchell, we just have to bring Duplessis back. But Lake will shoot 3. Our second best free throw shooter behind Stephen Favors. Javon Mitchell has 3-point. Yeah, let's get Duplessis back out there. Starting lineups back on the floor. Charles Lake nails all three to tie it at 39. High-scoring affair. Back comes Cedric Jackson. Andy Stokes also has 10 to lead the way for Delaware State. And George with the foul. That's number 3 on him. We're in the bonus. I'm going to let him cook. No, I can't let him cook with 3 in the first half. We've got to get Javon Mitchell in there for him. And Reisinger hits a pair to give himself 6 points. He's 4 for 5 from the line. Back comes Charles Lake. Dribbles across half court. Gets it to Jerron Duplessis. Running 5 out. Duplessis shoots a 3. No good. Clangs off the rim. He's our best 3-point shooter, believe it or not. If you didn't see the stats last episode or part 1. Heskett to Stokes. Favors there. Oh, and Lake with the steal. We're running. And Mitchell scores on the break. Nice pass from Lake to Mitchell for his 4th assist. Mitchell has a big 5 points and an unforced turnover. Great defense there to make them turn it over. Our guys are more tired than theirs, though, because they came in later. So we have to keep an eye on that in this last 2 minutes. Mitchell with the 3. Charles Lake offensive rebound. Pass taken by Duplessis. We're crushing it on the offensive boards. Duplessis rattles home the 3. He's got a game-high 13. Stokes gets it to Scott Heskett. To Patrick Reisinger. Good defense. Mitchell there. He goes by Mitchell. Can't get it to go. Duplessis with the rebound. Back comes Charles Lake. Chance to extend this 3-point lead. Does Nick want the corner 3? No. We have to tell him to shoot more 3s. Duplessis with it. We definitely have to tell Nick to shoot more 3s. What did we tell him? Drive more? I don't remember. It's been a while. Duplessis at the elbow. Gets it back to Lake. Let's see what he wants to do with it. Finds Duplessis on the elbow again. Extended. Gets it to Nick. Yeah, we got to tell Nick to shoot more 3s. He's got an excellent outside stroke that he rarely uses. He's 3 for 4 for the whole season from downtown. Nick down low. 3 on the shot clock. Will Duplessis rain another 3? Nick, another offensive board. Put back. Barely grazed the rim, but he will shoot 2. Spirited effort early by our guys. Nick's only like a 50% foul shooter, too. So we have to watch that. And he sinks them both. Nicely done. 5-point gem. Defensively, let's play a little more full court. Reisinger gets it on the wing. Mitchell's there. 5-point game. Heskett puts up a 3. No good. Gostin with the board. Puts it back up. He's blocked. Blocked by Nick O'Connor. That's his 2nd block on the game. Great defensive effort. Gets it to Jerron. Jerron with some nice ball handling. Steps inside the 3-point line. Kiss off the glass. He's got 15. 7-point lead. Under a minute to play in the first half. Oh, and that's not going to count. A traveling on Reisinger. And we're going to call it 2 for 1. And we're going to look for those 3s. Into Lake. Let's try to get a 2 for 1 here. 14-second difference from shot to game clock. Javon Mitchell has it. Put up a 3, Javon. He shoots. The refs say he traveled as he gathered, so it'll turn it over. 7-point game. Let's see if we can get a stop here. Cedric Jackson. Pass taken, and Lake with the foul is number 2 on him. We're in the double bonus, so he'll shoot 2. Sends Cedric Jackson to the line. He's got 6. And he misses the 2nd. Nick O'Connor with the board. Chance to extend the lead past 6 here. Javon Mitchell has it. He's going to shoot. Shot rattles out. Knocked out of bounds by the defense. Let's go. 12 seconds left. Let's see if we can get a score. Offensively. Oh, our guys are tired. Let's see. Lake, Duplessis, Mitchell. Let's get Waylon George in for Favors. Put Nick. You know what? I'm even going to call a 30-second timeout. My first. There it is. And we're going to run motivate the team. Entire team praise. We're going to run a 3-pointer. Charles Lake to Nick. Let's see if Nick can step out and shoot it. Lake has it. 10 seconds left. Nick on the wing. Takes the three. Off the glass, no good. Heskett with 3 seconds. Half-court heave is no good. And the first half is over, where the good guys, the Condors, have a 6-point lead. It's been Duplessis who's been wild with it. 5 of 10, 3 of 6 from the field, 2 rebounds and assists, 2 steals to fill it up with 15. And Waylon George with 12, 2 for 2 from downtown. Should have ran that last play for him, probably. Nick has been awesome. 2 blocks, an assist, 4 rebounds to go with 4 points. Lake has been quiet, only 5 points, 3 rebounds, but 5 assists and 2 steals. Bobby White with an offer, but an assist and 3 boards. And off the bench, Javon Mitchell has been nice. And Joel Boone scored a bucket. They're beating us points in the paint. We might have to drop into a 2-3, 18-12. Duplessis, the player of the half. 13 lead changes, 9 times tied. We've been up by as much as 8. Second chance points, 11-2. We are winning that. And on the break, it's even, but we're 7 of 17 from 3, which bodes well for us. Let's get to the second half. O'Connor. Bobby White will check in to try to get it going. No, White doesn't have an offer. I think he has 5 points. What am I talking about? Let's see. Yeah, White has 5 points. I don't know why I said an offer. Late guarding Jackson. Heskett gets it. And we're going to start the second half up 6 at Delaware State. Could we get 3 wins in a row? Reisinger, no good. Wayland with his 4th rebound. Gets it to Lake. Duplessis with it. They're running a 3-2 zone. Gets it to Nick. Yep. Versing the ball well. Here's Lake with it. It's Wayland. Bobby White pops out. Gets it to Charles Lake. Duplessis gets warned. Charles Lake to Bobby White on the elbow. Makes a move. Gets it to Nick. Nick lets one go, and it's knocked out of bounds by the offense. Okay. Not bad with a Nick O'Connor jumper. I don't mind it. Reisinger gets it. Stokes gets warned. Reisinger makes a strong move. Gets it to Cleaver. Heskett down low. To Pat Reisinger. Takes a shot. No good. He gets his own rebound. Duplessis arguing again. I should probably jump in there. Cleaver lets one go. George with his 5th board. They're crashing the boards. Offensively, the Lake looking to take his man. He's fouled and won. Lake made it look easy there. 8-point lead for the good guys. Make it 9 as he hits his 4th of 4 free throws. And Lake is coming up with 8 points. He's been kind of flirting with it. He flirted with a triple-double one game. Nick O'Connor with the steal. They stopped the fast break, but we have numbers. Here comes Lake. Bobby White as we freestyle offense. Gets it to Charles Lake. See if he's going to cook. Down to Nick. Nice pass. Nick kicks it out to George. Finds George, a pick by Duplessis, who ends up getting it. Duplessis gets it to Nick on the clear out. He's got that side to work. Puts up a shot, and it's sweet string music for Nick O'Connor. I think we told him to shoot more mid-range, which he's doing. He's got 6. Biggest lead of the night. Jackson has it. Gets it to Scott Heskett. Duplessis is there. Makes him give up to Jackson down low. Lake is there. To Heskett. Patrick Reisinger. We're forcing them to move the ball. Makes a move. Gets to the rim. And a slam dunk for Pat Reisinger. Staunches our momentum a little bit. 9-point gem. Duplessis with it. We're running the 5 out. And a foul on Reisinger. It's his first. It's their second team foul, so good news there. We Gucci. Our guys are healthy and good to go. Here comes Lake. Dumps it to Waylon George. Pass taken by O'Connor. Cleaver all over him. Way out there. Duplessis has it. Charles Lake. I like our team lately. We've been playing so good. Lake works to defend, shoots a jumper and scores. Knocks the shot down. And it's back to 11. We press. They break the press. but don't get an easy bucket. Cleaver to Jackson. Lake is there. You don't see Lake getting drove by very often. Duplessis. There's Andy Stokes. Nick is there. To Jackson. Good defense. 6 on the shot clock. To Heskett. 4 on the clock. Heskett shoots and drops in a triple off the glass. That was a 3. Yeah, I guess it was. Cuts the lead to 8. Big 3 right there by Heskett. Bobby White to Duplessis. Heskett now has 8. Duplessis with a beautiful looking 3. He's got 18. 4 of 7 from downtown. Extends the lead back to 11. George guarding. This is unreal. We're starting to learn how to coach and play the game. Heskett fills it up. He's hot, so matchup-wise, I'm going to double him. Oh, we're not doubling Stokes right now. Lake gets to the hole. Now he's got 12. We are playing our best basketball of the season late in the conference play after going 0 for 4 in conference play. We're now 2 for 4, looking to make it 3. Here's White guarding Cleaver. Reisinger has it. To Jackson. He's going to shoot. Stokes comes away with the board. Over Nick. Another rebound. Nick is there. Cannot get him to turn it over, and he knocks it down. Stokes has 12. Back comes Lake. As we run 5 out, Bobby White to Duplessis. Dribble move. He's going to shoot another 3. Why not? Charles Lake with the board and put back. Sweet string music. 11-point lead. 15 and a half to go in the second half. We're threatening to score 100 in this gym. Heskett in the corner. He's doubled. Gets it to Stokes. O'Connor's there. Stacy Cleaver has it. Puts up a shot. He's blocked by White. Waylon George gets it together. Back come the good guys. Oh, and it was stolen by Heskett. Lake's 5th turnover, but we get back on D. Jackson, and the pass goes out of bounds. Last touch by the defense. Cool. We're going to leave our guys out there. Learning how to coach. Reisinger has it. George defending. And it's stolen by Lake. His 3rd steal. And he gets it to Waylon George on the fast break. Biggest lead of the night, 13. And we are coming on, son. Heskett. Down to Reisinger, who's got good position. Waylon George, the ref agrees with him. Cleaver has it. Stokes, guarded by O'Connor. O'Connor, oh, with the block! Waylon George's 7th board. We are playing inspired basketball. Duplessis gets it to Bobby White. We're freestyling a bit here. Good things happen when White touches it. Lake is posting up. He likes it down there. Dumps it to Nick. Opposite block. Gets it to Duplessis. Clear out for Jerron. Finds Lake down low with the great pass. Back to Duplessis. 8 on the shot clock. Bobby White has it. 6. Clock is running down. Nick has it. Is he going to have to shoot a 3? Gets it to Duplessis. 1 on the clock. He's got to shoot. And fills it up with a textbook jumper. 5th time scoring 20. For Jerron Duplessis, the lead is 15. Unbelievable. Heskett's doubled. He shoots anyway, and Duplessis charged with the foul, just his first. Up 15. Heskett will shoot 2. And he sinks them both. 12 points for Heskett. 13-point lead for the good guys. Back comes Lake, top of the key. Waylon George on the wing. He's been quiet. Hasn't been needed, but he misses that 3. He does have 14 big points to tie Lake as well. It's been a great effort by the big 3 guards. Jackson gets it to Reisinger. 13-point game. We don't want to give up a 3 here. Here's Cleaver. Gets it to Heskett. They're moving the ball well. Heskett takes a 3. O'Connor with a big rebound. And back comes Charles Lake. I think the biggest we've ever been up by was like 15, maybe 18. Waylon George drives and gets it to go. His first 2 of the half. He's got 16. Back to a 15-point gem. It's our game to win. George with the foul, number 4 on him. Okay, we are going to have to make a switch. We'll take Jovan Mitchell in for him. Some fresh legs as well. And that ball is thrown out of bounds. Reisinger can't handle the pass from Jackson. Coming back our way. And they press, but they haven't done much with it. We've been able to break it pretty easy. Charles Lake swings it to Bobby White. Running the 5 out. White makes a move. Mid-range jumper, no good. Stokes with his 5th board. Nice to see White aggressive, though. Gets it to Heskett. Heskett's doubled. Attempts to go by them. Oh, Duplessis. Great defense and rebound for Jerron Duplessis. We only ask him to really play great offense. Mitchell, nice crossover. Mid-range jumper. Can't find the mark, but he's going to shoot 2. Duplessis sinks the first. No, that's Jovan Mitchell making that move. I thought it was Duplessis. Nice move by Jovan Mitchell. He's got 7 off the bench. 17-point lead. Biggest of the night. Reisinger gets it to Cleaver. Pass to Heskett. They double team him. Lake and Duplessis are there. Stokes out front. Gets it to Heskett, top of the key. Good defense here. 14 on the clock. Cedric Jackson has it. Back to Stokes. Nick is there. Cedric Jackson, 10 on the clock. 8. Pass taken by Stokes. Again, Nick is there. Stokes goes by him. He's still there, and he throws down a monster dunk. 15-point gem with 11 left in the game. Lake has 5 turnovers, and we're up 15. That's just insane. Duplessis puts up a 3, and why not? Puts it through from downtown again. I think that's his 5th 3. 18-point gem. We may score 100, but I don't think we'll need to. Jackson gets it to Heskett. We double him up. Back to Cedric Jackson, who's got 6 points. To Cleaver. Patrick Reisinger. We knew who to watch for. Reisinger misses. Lake his 5th board to go with 7 assists and 3 steals. Are you kidding me? Again, flirting a little bit with a triple-double. Nick O'Connor to Duplessis. He's going to make a move. Step back 3. Oh, and he traveled on his gather. Well, they're leaving their starters out there. We'll leave ours out there. Oh, and it's stolen by Jovan Mitchell. Back comes Lake. We've played excellent D this game. Mitchell has it. 18-point gem. Bobby White gets it to Charles Lake. On the weak side, he's got room. Lets a 3 go. Does not hit. Cedric Jackson has it. Cleaver has the only person not to score on the floor. Heskett's doubled. Gets it to Cleaver. Bobby White shutting him down. Reisinger guarded by Mitchell. Under 10 to go in the game. 18-point game. That's a bad foul. Heskett misses. But he'll shoot 2, and they have a fresh lineup out there. So let's get Joel Boone. Let's get Tim Jones. Let's get Stephen Favors. And leave Duplessis like we did in the first half. And we'll run a little flex with this unit. Let's go. Heskett to shoot 2. He's got 13 now. 3 of 3 from the line. Misses the second. Duplessis another rebound. His 4th. To go with a pair of assists and steals as well. Tim Jones has it. Gets it to Favors. We're freestyling. Favors not a good 3-point shooter at the moment. He's good. He's just not shooting well this season. Jovan Mitchell in the corner. It's taken by Tim Jones. Back to Jovan Mitchell. Puts up a shot. No good. Gostin with the board. 17-point lead. 9 minutes left. I guess we could stall the offense a bit. Cotton with the step back 3. Jones gets the board. It's a tough shot for anybody. We'll stall a bit. at least on future possessions. Steven Favors attempts to drive, shoots it. Nope, he traveled. Waylon George has 4 fouls, but we're going to put him back out there. He's fresh, and he's got 16.7 rebounds, flirting with a double-double. Jeremy Gostin has it. Jones defending. Netterville. George is there. Back to Jeremy Gostin. Attacks the rim. Jones all over him. Oh, he fouled him. Gostin wishes he could have that back. He's going to shoot 2. Gostin has 5 points, his first trip to the line, and he sinks them both. 15-point game. Let's stall a bit here. We're going to stall. Run the flex. Waylon George has it. Tim Jones. Pass taken by Waylon George. He's got the whole side of the floor. Puts up a shot and scores. 18 for George. If we give up baskets, the best defense is scoring more. Might as well score more. Mitchell guarded Cotton. Netterville with it. To Jeremy Gostin. Looks like we make Gostin working the D. Jones is there. Oh, he gets his own board somehow. And Jones with the foul. Number 3 on him. Not going to panic. But it looks like we may get it, guys. Not only our 3rd win in a row in our last 3 games, but our 3rd conference win in conference play. So we're going to go to 3-4 and be right back in the mix as we head into the second half of conference play, where we play all the teams again on opposite floors. So it looks like that's what's going to happen. One on the shot. Gostin has to shoot. Tim Jones all over him. Jovan Mitchell. Great defense by Jones. We know Gostin can score a bit. Waylon George guarded by Cotton, looking for a 20-point game. Tim Jones in the flex. Holds and gets it to Favors out top. Favors' pass was deflected out of bounds and a timeout. 17-point lead. We've dominated the second half. Jovan Mitchell with it. And the pass is intercepted. And we stop the break. But Cotton gets it. 7 minutes left in the half. He'd have to make a serious push. And with the way we're playing, I do not see that happening. Danny Davis misses a 3. That was a big one if he could get that to fall. But close doesn't count, doesn't cut it in this game. Tim Jones has it. Fires a pass off to Mitchell at the elbow. We're running flex pretty well. Waylon George. Does he want to shoot? Gets it to Boone. 14 on the clock. Boone goes by his man, gets all the way to the rim and gets it to go. 4 points for Joel Boone. He hasn't been that needed tonight. He's had big games. Oh, Nesterville's getting doubled. Netterville. Well, it worked that play. Oh, he hits a tough shot in traffic. Cuts the lead to 17, but a little too late. Approaching 6 minutes to go. Jones has it in the flex. Waylon George down low, demanding the ball in the post up. Lets one go. He wishes he could have it back, but it's knocked out of bounds by the defense. So the good guys will throw in. We haven't even had to use our timeouts. George, we could have scored 100 if we kept our foot on the pedal, but we're just trying to stall now. Favors has it. 4 on the clock. Favors is scoreless with just 1 assist. But quality minutes. The shot's out of bounds. Off the mark. Yeah, he's played quality minutes. Tim Jones has 2 assists, 3 rebounds. And 3 fouls. Jeremy Gostin deflected out of bounds. They still have their bench out there, so we might as well leave ours out there up 17. We could put our starters back in at this point. They're fresh. Smith with it. Pass taken by Netterville. It's just a question of how much we're going to win by. Scott Cotton has it. Puts up a shot and drains the bucket. He's got 7 off the bench. It's played well to go with 2 rebounds and a steal. Boone to Mitchell, 15-point gem. And Gostin charged for the foul. That's their 4th foul. They still have 2 to give. Gonna leave my bench out there. Up 15 with 5 left. Tim Jones has it. Kicks it out to Waylon George. Does he want the three? Gets it to Favors. I remember my coach in high school telling me the three is always easier. Oh, George shoots, but he turned it over. Tried to shoot. The three is always easier when you toss it into the post first and get it back. Hit quite a few threes that way in high school. Cotton shoots. It bounces out of bounds. Back for the good guys. Their bench is still out there. Might as well leave ours out there. I don't fear their bench. Waylon George has it. Now, when it comes to the top teams in the conference, we're still going to have our issues. We've got to figure those teams out. Jovan drives all the way to the rim and scores it off the glass for two. Soft kiss off the square. 17-point game. But yeah, like the North DC Bulls, peeps like them. Danny Davis gets to the rim and a gorgeous reverse layup. 15-point gem. But yeah, North DC has that big three of guards. They outplayed our big three of Lake, Duplessis, and George. But yeah, we'll have to figure them out. Who else? Norfolk State, who's still undefeated in the conference. And they won 10 of their last 11 games. Just crazy. Joel Boone. To Favors. 6 on the shot clock. Tim Jones, 5. Makes a strong move. Gets it to Mitchell. 2 on the shot clock. He steps. And he hits a tough shot in traffic. He's in double figures now. As they get their starters back out there. 17-point game. I don't want to risk injury. But I'm going to leave these guys out there. Mitchell scores it. Let's just look at the matchups. We'll double Heskett. And Tim Jones has been shutting down Stokes in the second half as well. Javon Mitchell with 12 off the bench. Really filling in for that 6-man role now. He's becoming a go-to player. And that pass sails out of bounds. 18-point game. Actually, let's run a 30-second timeout when we cross that half here. Call a little timeout just to run a play. Motivate the entire team. Praise them. Let's really put a dagger here. Let's run a 3-pointer. Joel Boone to Jovan Mitchell. I like this call right here. I like it. Go push it to 21. Our biggest lead probably ever. Mitchell has a good look at it. Waylon George gets it in the corner. He's going to attack the rim. Gets there and scores it. 4th time if Waylon George scored 20. And it's a 20-point lead. Heskett's doubled. Gets it to Reisinger. Cleaver with it. Favors is there. This is our bench basically versus their starters. Heskett, Waylon George is there. Not that there's a huge talent discrepancy. Stokes can't score over the 7-1 Tim Jones. Two and a half left in the half, just about approaching 2.5 left. Stacy Cleaver, 0 on the clock, lets one go, and he hits his first 2 of the night. Cuts the lead to 18. Favors. Mitchell can't handle the pass from Favors. Back comes Delaware State. Cedric Jackson racing down the court. Reisinger. It's Andy Stokes out top. Scott Heskett is doubled. Makes a move off the dribble. George stays with him, and he hits a tough shot. 15 for Heskett. Cuts the lead to 16, but a little too late. Too little too late by the Delaware State Wasps. They're going to drop to 2 and 6 in conference. Cleaver commits a foul. That was their foul to give. Yeah, they're going to drop to 2 and 6, I believe, and we're going to go to 3 and 4. Trying to pull it even in the next game. There's a foul, so they're in the bonus. Waylon will shoot 1 and 1. Trying to pad his stats at this point. Even with stall offense, we've scored 86. We definitely could have scored 100 tonight if we wanted to. 86-68. The scores are reversed. Cleaver has it. Under 2 to play. Heskett goes to the rim. Nice defense coming over by Joel Boone, and he gets the rebound and races the other way. Great play by Joel. And a foul on Heskett. So our best free throw shooter so far of the season. He doesn't get there a lot, but Stephen Favors will shoot 1 and 1, hits the first, and sinks the second. He's perfect again. And they empty their bench. That's cool to see. Let's empty ours. Doug Price come in for George. Ivan Carroll come in for Favors. Brandon Freeman come in for Mitchell. And Joel Boone and Tim Jones. Tim Jones is tired, though. Where's Curtis Muhammad? Is he still suspended, or we didn't put him on the depth chart? That's my bad. I didn't put him on the depth chart, I think. Or maybe he's suspended. I don't know. But let's put Stephen Favors at center. Even though I'd rather... Well, yeah, Tim and Stephen are interchangeable in the lineup. David Lyday gets it. His first look to Smith. And a horrible pass out of bounds by Smith. They committed 14 turnovers. We committed 16. But are still going to get the easy win, cruising to a 20-point lead. Favors dishes to Ivan. Ivan to Dougie Price. Price likes to shoot. Gets to Freeman. Swings it to Boone. Boone holds. Favors 12 on the clock. Just running the clock. Oh, we can run like Princeton a little bit. Bergman with the foul. Nice offense for us. Dougie Price will shoot 2. Sinks the first and pushes it to the biggest lead of the night of 22. Walter Bergman gets trapped. We are... oh my gosh, we're 17 of 17 from the line. They're 17 of 20 from the line. We haven't missed a free throw this game. Are you freaking kidding me? Doug Price has it. 20-point lead. We're running Princeton now. Favors gets to the rim. Defense steps up. Knocked out of bounds by the offense. Couldn't get it to go. Nice aggressive move by Favors, though. Danny Davis. I'm loving this game. It is really cool. We're seeing our practice literally pay off on the court. Lyday misses. Stephen Favors gets the board. He's been active in this garbage time. 21 seconds left. Freeman has it. And a foul on Smith, so Freeman will shoot 2. In the bonus plus. Oh, he broke our perfect streak. And missed them both, actually. Danny Davis pulls down the board. Oh, we were 17 of 17 from the line. 9 of 23 from 3. Good percentage. 39%. Can't beat that, really. Lyday has it. Makes a move. Gets by Favors. Can't score it. Dougie Price gets the board. 7 on the clock. Down to 3. Boone lets a 3 go. Why not? 93-70. Final score. The good guys. What a game. I want to save this real quick before something happens. But thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this awesome game. We'll check the box score next episode just so I can get out of here and save real quick. Plus 22. I mean, what a game. What a game. To get our 3rd win of the conference, our 3rd in a row as well, after starting 0 for 4. Jaron Duplessis, 23, 4 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals. Excellent game from him. Next up against North Carolina Central. But yeah, guys, thank you for joining me. Stay tuned for more. We are going to try to keep it going against North Carolina Central and make it 4 and 4 and 4 in a row. Why not? So appreciate your viewership. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please smash the like button. It's very helpful both for the channel and also for me, letting me know that you dig the series and you can't wait to see the 2026 version. You can also drop a comment. I love reading and responding to those, and also subscribe if you're new and you like this kind of content. Finally, guys, I want to invite you back next time for the North Carolina Central game. We'll go over some stuff. It'll be February. We can check out the bubble watch, see what teams are on the bubble. and generally have a good time. That's our 7th win of the season. We're 7-15, I think. 3-4 in conference. Not too bad. Pulling it together when it counts. And yeah, we are in the mix for something. If we look at the standings, well, they haven't really been updated yet. We are 3-4. Delaware State and Morgan State drop a whole game behind. We're 4 games behind of Norfolk State, but now they're a game behind us at 5, which is good. And a lot of people at 4, so a lot of movement here. This next game also was a huge game against North Carolina Central. We could really boost ourselves up. But anyway, hope to see you guys next time. Until then, be well, live well, stay well. Much love, peace, and joy, guys. God bless. God be with you. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Fun stuff. Ciao for now.